wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life.
Hi friends, welcome back to our channel. My name's Jordan and you're watching Criminal Crafting. We talk about all things true crime, old cases, new cases. I have grown a strong connection to missing person cases. I think being a mom of 4, that being able to put kids' faces out there or adults' faces out there of missing people in an attempt to help get them back reunited with their families has become a huge passion for me. I am hoping that I can grow this channel to be able to impact people's lives and help in any way that I can. So on this channel, we talk about true crime and we also craft. My husband and I, a few years ago, started a home decor business using his laser machine. He laser cuts and laser engraves anything you can think of, wood, acrylic, felt, anything. We do craft kits and we take a good amount of custom orders. So today's video is going to be a little different. Normally I do a crime case with the crafting, but we, since the beginning of our business, have done interchangeable signs. We decided to make a new interchangeable sign and I am so beyond excited about it. It's beautiful and my husband has done a wonderful job designing it, so I can't wait to show you. And if you're wanting to buy the interchangeable sign but you want a different design for your front piece, which has the actual design on it, you can custom order. That custom order link is in the description down below. You go to our website, it's gioanddan.com, and there's a custom order link. You can click on that and that will email us, and then we can have a conversation back and forth on what you'd like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, comment down below what things you want us to make. Comment down below what crime cases you want us to make. So please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you after the video. We spray painted the back. Next we took the middle board, which is the piece that will hold the magnets, and we stained it a dark color. I chose to stain the middle piece dark because I liked the contrast against the white backboard, but you really could do any combination of all of the paint, stain, anything you think would look nice. Now what I'm painting is the interchangeable sign portion. So this top piece with the love that I'm painting will go onto the top of the middle board, and it will have magnets on the back of it to stick to it. I chose to do most of my backgrounds white, if not all of them, and we spray painted them to match the base because I didn't want the whites to be different. This piece that I'm painting right now goes to another sign right to the side with all the hearts on it. Now I'm taking the middle board that will hold the magnets and super gluing it onto the base board. I liked the gel super glue. It seemed to hold things better, but it does take a little bit more dry time. What I'm doing now is putting glue into the holes and putting magnets down into it. Originally I was having a hard time getting the magnets down in, and so I used the back of a paintbrush to be able to push it in, but then the paintbrush was sticking to the magnet, so I ended up taking a piece of cloth and put it around the base of the paintbrush and kind of swirled it around quickly and was able to get it in without anything sticking. And I think that comes down to the gel super glue. For gluing the designs on, I used a thinner super glue that wasn't a gel so that it didn't end up seeping out onto the whiteboard. For this design, I ended up painting all three pieces different colors, as you'll see as we go along. The greens I ended up having to do several coats on just so that it was more of a bold, dark color, but I love how it turned out. These thinner pieces, I use a tiny amount of paint, and if you're a perfectionist like me, I can't handle the paint getting onto the side, so I end up using a wet rag to kind of wipe it away while it's still wet. The middle piece between the two greens, I ended up painting it green and didn't like the way that it turned out, and so I ended up remaking it and spray painting it white, and I think that it turned out a lot cuter that way. Now I'm super gluing the three layers together, just making sure that I use little amounts of glue so that there's not glue that comes out through the sides of the letters onto the other cutouts. And as you'll see here, some of the glue leaked out, so I take a paintbrush and quickly just brush it off.
Listen to me as I say.
Again, with pieces like this that are really thin, I make sure to use a runny super glue, and I just put the tiniest bit on it. Sometimes I'll take a needle and kind of spread it out that way so that there's not a lot coming out of the sides. One thing I really love is that my husband started doing an outline on the base of all of our craft kits. It makes it a lot easier to line up all of the pieces when you glue it on. Before that, I was really struggling and would have to measure everything, so I just love that he added that to our kits. So this one I wanted to make a little more farmhousey rustic. So I ended up painting it, and then I took a sander and I sanded it down so it looked more antiqued, and I really loved the way that it turned out. I didn't record myself painting every piece because there were a lot of pieces, but I wanted to give the idea of what I did differently with this sign, and I think in the long run it turned out super, super cute.
I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow.
So this one I ended up using the gel super glue, and as you can see, I ended up having to use a paintbrush a lot more to get the excess off, and so there was a little bit of super glue that you could see on it. So I definitely recommend not using the gel and using more of the liquidy super glue that you can put teeny amounts on. This one I ended up painting the little berries on the wreath with two different colors, and I loved how it turned out. If I could go back, I would probably spray paint this because it probably would have been a little bit easier. It took me a long time to be able to paint the berries. And for some reason, I recorded the painting of the wreath portion, and I can't find the footage. So I painted the wreath portion that color, and I think it turned out really, really pretty. We definitely are going to change the design on this to be a little bit thicker, but one of the leaves broke off, and I ended up using it as a point of making sure that I was lined up with the outlines because there was only one way that it fit. so it ended up working out for me in the long run. I just glued on the leaf and then glued on the wreath after. Okay, so this was probably the hardest part of the interchangeable sign. So there's already magnets in the 6 holes. We ended up putting 6 more magnets on top, took a little bit of super glue, put a dot on each magnet, and then we ended up putting the sign on top of it and pressed it on it, hoping that it would stay on. And it didn't. We would pull it up and the magnets would end up coming up with it. What we found out was that the super glue that we were using was so thin that it was seeping down and gluing those magnets together instead of gluing it to the back of the sign. So my wonderful husband spent a bunch of hours trying to perfect it. We ended up finding out that the gel super glue didn't seep down, but we also decided to put a third set of magnets so that sign is just a little bit elevated up above, and it ended up working out and we were able to perfect it. We were able to get it down to 4 magnets as well, and it turned out perfect. We love how these signs turned out and can't wait for you guys to be able to make your own. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you loved the interchangeable sign. I know I do. And we have a lot of exciting crafts that are coming. We've been working really hard on some things and I cannot wait to show you. Hopefully within the next week or so we'll be able to share all that. But until then, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and comment. Let me know what you want us to do. We love you guys. We appreciate the support and I hope that you have a fantastic day.